Alrighty, y'all, welcome back to Milk Animation. Today we're going to be doing some more coloring on these backgrounds, along with doing some extra work to come up with some background characters. The reason we're heading back to this set is because this shot was recently sent off to an animator, so hopefully, I guess I'll get to see what it looks like, and then y'all will be able to see it later. But for now, I gotta get this background going, so let me pull up my reference off to the side here and adjust everything on my end, and let's hop right into it. Hope y'all are having a great day. And I am nailing these intros lately. I think I could just use the... I'm gonna have to redraw the lamp, but I'm pretty sure this table is solid enough that I could just use that line art. These lines need to be redone here, so let's get that going. There's like this little structure right here in the corner that I'm trying to imply without drawing the whole thing, because I don't think much of it would be visible from this angle, but seems to be doing the job. What is on this layer? Why do I have this layer? Don't see anything. Must be blank. Okay. And this one is pointing this way, so let's... Maybe I could just draw half like this. Oh, that works. I should just use an ellipse. Why am I making this harder for myself? 1 second here. Guess we won't see where it connects to the ceiling from this angle. I don't know why I have the connection that close. Delete this version of the ruler, because I'm going to have to redraw it anyway. Because I accidentally put the ellipse ruler on the same layer as the symmetry ruler, so they affect the line 2 different ways. I just realized if I wanted to, I don't have to just use like what I'm presuming are royalty-free tracks. I could probably play some stuff by some other artists I know. I think Patricia Taxon, like all of her music is set under like Creative Commons or something. I'll let this run for a bit though. I'm thinking for this stream, I'm gonna aim for like an hour of work, then like maybe a 20-minute break, and then try to pop back in with some other stuff. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, and then... Yeah, I'll just have that. I'll have that space closed there. There we go. Oh wait, actually if I use that ruler, it should autofill on the layer under when I do the colors. So I'll just pull that down actually. Hopefully it's timed right, or I have it in the same spot. Or that'll be a bit annoying, but... that's close enough. And then I can pull this and drop it right here. And let's get these areas filled in. Then let's go to the layer above and get that. Filled in. All right, I do have the outer edge of this lamp colored a different way, so let's get all this going here. Oh yeah, I ended up changing the thumbnail on the previous VOD because I liked the note that I was given, and I thought that looked funny enough to use on its own. I might start doing that more, just taking like something that's relevant to the stream rather than just like the same image over and over again, because as much as I like this thumbnail I drew. I feel like this bit's maybe gone on a little bit too long. And I could imagine it'd probably be better advertising-wise to have some more variety again. Ooh, they got some nice percussion in this one. There we go. Oh, it even looks good when you take away the lines. Heck yeah, that's a good sign. Now I just need to get this bit back here. Let's get the special ruler and let's look for the parallel line one, and then I can just use this so I don't have to lay out each of the individual lines. So let's drop one here. So we have this sort of base here. Okay. Wall, base, mirror, this part, then ceiling. So that's the end of the wall. End of the base here. Window. Top of the window. And probably like the edge of the ceiling, like right there, but that's probably gonna get covered up by some stuff. And then delete this ruler, because it looks like we have 1, 2 that would be visible like right there and right there. So let's bust out the symmetry. Oh, actually, let's just do a different parallel line ruler. No, actually, I want symmetry because can I put 2 in the same place? So if I take this and I put symmetry ruler here, and then I take the special parallel line ruler and I set it like right next to it. They won't be perfect, but this one doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, no. Symmetry ruler, and then parallel line ruler. So that means whatever lines I put down, they're gonna all be pointing the same direction, because that's how lines work. Wait, I'm stupid. Okay, dang it. This has to follow the perspective of everything else here. These aren't going straight up and down. Let's drop that one, and perspective ruler. Let's do it like this, so it's like we have this one going straight up and down here, and this one's like right off at an angle. Oh, that moves it off center. Let's try this again. Okay. They're both kind of vaguely pointing towards the end there. Nope, that still didn't work. Kind of just have them pointing down like that. That's still... You know what, let's just see how these look before I... Okay, honestly, I don't hate that. Let's bring this one a little bit closer here. And then I can delete this ruler and this one, and yeah, that has to be a lot stronger. You gotta go. Let's just keep the symmetry ruler and just kind of line it up like this. Oh, wait a minute. I see where I'm going wrong here. I have them pointing the wrong way. There we go. I think I'm gonna try to do some non-work streams over the weekend. I'd like to do more like reaction streams if possible. Those were that little bit where I reacted to that a bird hit my window and now I'm a lesbian is probably like I'm still thinking about that short. It's like one of the characters is now my profile picture on Discord, and it's probably going to stay that way for a while. There we go. And you know what? That should be okay. Let's delete this, and let's start filling up this background, or filling up this part of the background now. Because then after this I have to add the dramatic lighting, which is going to be fun. So let's get going with this. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I've been trying to drink less energy drinks lately because I think those are messing with my sleep schedule too. Oh no, this ceiling has to be darker, like a dark ceiling. There we go. Then it'll be in contrast with the something else here. Light on the bottom. And then let's pop over here and do all of this. Let's take this and get these reflections added. Oh, there's at least one more of these, like, right in the middle. Or... yeah, those line up. I need to add one more thing here. then I can, oh, wrong layer. Oh, why is it not? There we go. Oh. Oh, what layer did I put that part on? Now I put on the same bit. Okay. Now I have enough. I only had a pretty large empty space here, and that wasn't quite right for what I have laid out. That's a little wonky, but that's forgivable. I think for tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna put something else in the corner too. Like something that says like live Miku reaction or something if I'm gonna be using Miku for that. Oh, I'm stupid. One second. I have to... These colors are close enough that if I don't put this on a different layer, then it just won't register it as a different color. And then it won't let me fill it in properly. There we are. I like this track. I'm gonna have to check and see what the titles are, because I'm pretty sure I picked a video that actually shows the name of the songs in it, which is part of why I have it playing on top, playing over the screen too. Now for the dramatic lighting, which I believe, how did I have this laid out in the template? Yeah, it extends from around here. So let's take this and bring it closer to a blue hue and get out that symmetry ruler again one more time. Or probably not just the... Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, why does it not... Oh. Every now and then, like, I try to lay out where I want this to go, and then it just decides not to listen. Set up a radio blur that extends from the light and have it go outwards with a strength of like that much. It does not really affect the... Let's bump it up a little bit here and see if I can get it to affect these lines down here. Oh, wait, I have to have it go inwards, I think, for it to affect those. I guess that doesn't work. Let's just go for Gaussian. Or is it Gaussian? There we go. And then I'm gonna have to go through and just add a bit more. Let's just take the airbrush actually and just kind of do that. Make sure the top of the lamp is sufficiently covered. And then erase a bit more of this because the lamp is where the light's coming from, so not gonna be... And actually, let's just do this real quick and just kind of clean up this. And then from the bottom, we're gonna need a different type of shadow because I believe all of this will also be in shadow in a different way. So let's just throw a multiply layer over the back here. Make sure it doesn't affect the previous layers. Oh. Do this and then get it out. Make it transparent so I can do this. And then let's take a glow layer and pick the color right here of the lamp and do this. Pull under this multiply. Maybe put it under this part of the lamp. And then like a second one that goes over, but at a much lower opacity. Actually, overlay. Let's see what overlay does. There we go. And I want to blur this a little bit differently, but I need to get the rest of the shadow in. Let's pull this here, and let's pick a pretty heavy brush for this part and pull from right here. And then just do this. Oh, that looks good. I like that a lot. And as long as we keep the, I want to keep this, keeping the layer with like the colored lines on top here leads to a really cool contrast. Let's see if I can actually get some of that going with the other line art here, because this is still under the shadow. So if I can take this and just bring it so it's above here. Okay, so I can't bring it somewhere where it's above the table unless I just erase parts of it, which I think I could do. So if I just move it here and I just go through and do some erasing. So let me pull this perspective ruler down here and let's just start erasing, and this should mirror it on the other side so I don't have to go erase those two. But it's also going to affect the lamp, I think. You know what? That's fine with the lamp. I think I like that. This looks good. Here we go. And maybe drop the opacity here. I feel like there needs to be more blur on this. Let me see what happens if I add maybe spin blur. Oh, spin blur does something really cool to this. Like you can see it like extends the shadow in kind of a fun way. So if I bump up the strength. So it wants to rotate it to the right. If I set it to both directions, what does it do? It kind of messes up where it connects to the lamp itself, but if I bring it up here, that mostly seems to be fixed. What if I bring it up above it? Lower the shape. Adjust the tilt to be further down. And let's lower the strike too. Oh, I really like this. Let's go. Okay. So this all feels a bit too dark, not like both like tonally and in the context of the scene. So I think I'm gonna have to go through and lighten up this purple. So let's do that here with some hue adjustments. Let's bump up the luminosity here. Bump up the saturation, because that feels good for here. Give it kind of a... Let's say purple. Do this, and then let's lower this back here. Actually, let's keep that as is. Let's lower this back here first before I do any other tonal adjustments. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, what if I just duplicate this and I take this and, oh, let's move this up here before I erase. Just kind of erase some of this here. And then when I lower the opacity on this one, there's still some of that darker area, like right above the lamp here. Oh, I would have to go the other way. I am really stupid. Okay. Do this and erase here. And then when I go like this, this all feels like it needs something. Come on, there. I am really, really liking how this shot's looking. It feels dramatic, it feels tense. It almost feels like interrogational in a way, if that makes sense. I don't think interrogational is a word, but it looks like it takes place during like an interrogation, like they're being put on the spot in a very deliberate way that is gonna... I'm gonna be quiet. Honestly, I think a lot of what happens in this episode involves him being put on the spot in this kind of way. But again, that is me finding thematic similarities through my work that are not intentional, but just pop into my head because that's what we're writing. Or what they're writing and what I'm interpreting. Let's just quickly throw this one together, because we're nearing the hour point, so one more of these and I can call it for today's session. Actually, this background does require we pull out our boy, because I need to copy their hair color real quick. Where are you, lad? Where's the lad? Where's my boy? Where's my beautiful son? There's my beautiful son. My beautiful, soon-to-be very traumatized son, as all OCs must be. There we go, and I feel good about these colors here, so I'm not gonna overthink that. Let's zoom in, and thankfully, I actually put some thought into where these lines would be, so I don't have to guesstimate. Oh, wrong click. I think I said I was going to go for more than an hour, so if I said I was about to wrap it up here, ignore that. That was me speaking a not true. I don't know when this happened, but I feel like my sense of humor regressed to like 2008, and I am trying to undo the damage before it affects how I talk in a fucking lol random I can has cheeseburger type way. But I think a lot of that also just comes from feeling a little bit of an obligation to perform whenever I'm live streaming, which I guess is kind of the deal people sign up for when they do stuff like this. Like, there's a implied social expectation of a performance. Oh, wrong button. I am gonna have to go through and divide up where these colors fall, because I just realized I'm doing these all on the same layer, which is not the best idea. Did I say I was gonna take a break after 30 minutes? I should write down my plans instead of just saying them when I start. You know what I realized yesterday? I've been doing live streams on this channel for like 8 months now. Not consistently by any means, but 8 months is still pretty impressive. I mean, I guess more consistently as of maybe like a week ago, compared to when I like first started and I felt the need to make a unique thumbnail for every live stream, because that's a normal thing for people to do. I think actually that is a normal thing for people to do. They just usually hire it out. I am officially out of my second white monster. That sucks. You know what sucks? I bought like a Brita filter for my apartment because something's been going on with the water for the past couple months, and I don't know if they're gonna get to fixing it anytime soon. But now all of my water has like this really gross yellow tone to it, and I really don't want to try drinking it, but it also means that I have to go out and like buy like gallons of water every week. And it's getting, well, it's not getting particularly expensive, but it is kind of a trip out to like even like a gas station to get some. So instead of being able to just casually just, you know, drink water as people tend to do, I have to go and buy like a gallon jugs and then make sure I don't run out of said gallon jugs. I'm glad I got into the habit of it though, because I needed to buy them because I need distilled water for my CPAP, which is like a machine for folks with sleep apnea that pumps air into your nose. But also you need to have some kind of moisture in there because otherwise it can get super dry. I don't know how far back this goes. I'm gonna assume it goes a ways, and let's actually lay out some guidelines here first. Let's get a straight line tool on this layer and just kinda you know, these windows aren't actually like high enough to see out of, or like far enough down to see out of on the inside, which is kind of an odd thing that I ended up doing here. I might have to go fix that later, but it's not the end of the world right now. Also, there should definitely be like a turn. There is no way this is all just one big wall considering what the outside of this restaurant looks like. But I'm not gonna worry about TARDIS logic. Actually, let me check what the outside of this thing does look like, because I think it bends in a couple places. Where's the Hexagon Pizza Jungle? Where are you? Okay, I think if I imply it's along like this wall, it's probably fine. The inside and the outside do not match in the slightest. I am gonna have to either accept that or do something to fix it later. Maybe they just don't match on purpose. I reserve the right for one person to CinemaSins ding that discretion there, but the rest of y'all are out of luck. To be clear, I mean when the pilot's actually out. Oh, hey Curious, welcome to the stream. It is Curious, though. Oh, yeah, that looks like Curious. That's a cool name. I like that. And let's go. Hello. Yeah, no problem. Oh, let's do this. And how many lines should I have here? Probably like 2 right here. And then halfway point would be like right here. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't have the line drawing tool selected. Oh, hello to Logan John. Welcome to the stream. Let's put one right here. And one right here. And one right there. You know, there's a way of doing this to like subdivide these, but I don't know how to do it at this angle. I'm gonna guesstimate that like this is like the halfway point. That would make this the halfway point here, and like this being the halfway point here, if I even pretend that I'm trying to follow correct perspective. I'm not going to bother giving a third line. They are too far away for that. Put like a dot right here, and then I can have it extend outwards like that much. There we go. Actually, that would be a little bit higher up. Let me just take this whole setup and I'm gonna nudge it up like this much. Oh, wrong there. There we go. Up you go, like that much. Yeah, it is weirdly high enough that it wouldn't be that visible. Actually, you know what? This is going at a bit of an angle, so if I like hide this layer for a second, the way I have this going is the perspective's kind of pushing the counter down this way. So it could be like the top's going down here and then up. So I think I could have it be like, oh, like here-ish and then straight up. So I don't have to actually nudge it up a huge amount. Like that much. That should do it. I can stop doing the mental math. I can't wait to watch the pilot once it comes out. It's looking amazing so far. Thank you. I am honestly, I gotta stop saying honestly, I am having a ton of fun working on this. Lately it's felt so much more real than it did back in like January of last year. Seeing all the progress that everyone's done and all the amazing work that everyone else has been super motivating. Yeah, that's fine. And let's start getting this part laid out here for other layers. I'm not gonna bother with the highlights for most of these, I don't think, because they're far enough away, and I think I'm gonna end up blurring this part of the background anyway. So you get this, oh, you get this, you get this, you get this, but you also get this. And you here get this on the bottom. Let's set this to 10. Should be thick enough to fill in these gaps. Boom. Okay. And let's get this colored in. Because I don't think I think the lamp might be visible here, but I feel like the lamp would be a bit in the way of this scene, or this shot, I mean. This part feels a bit dark. Let's go through on the top here. Wherever the topmost layer is that isn't... Oh, right, all of this stuff also has, like, the lighter line art. I gotta get that dropped in. Characters get to keep their regular shade of line art. That being probably solid black. And now over the top. Your dedication is so inspiring, though. Honestly, love your work. Hopefully you get more traction to your channel. I'm hoping so. Something I noticed recently and is YouTube has this feature that will let you like invite collaborators to a single video, so it looks like it was posted by both channels, but you know, one of them gets like the revenue and the what is it called? Like the analytics data. So I'm hoping that when they announce the pilot on their channel, if I can have my channel as like a collaborator, that'll help me bring some traction over there, since I'm working on a pretty big project that on that space that I think will be pretty good. I was yapping about it a bit in the previous stream with Pigeon in chat. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add some glow to the top here. Actually, what if I set it to overlay? Overlay tends to look a little bit better. There we go. Get some more light here, because it isn't... We haven't reached the sad point yet. Add some more yellow. And then it'll get a little bit darker as it goes along here. There we go. Because there's going to be some texture on the chairs as well in the final version, which I could throw on right now, but it's on the same layer as the table. Let me fix that real quick. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have pitched the collaboration thing to them first. Probably, I don't want to put them on the spot. That's kind of a rude thing to do. Yeah. I'm overthinking things. That's not a problem. Connect this, and... Okay, now it should let me select the space outside here, and... Select this, edit, copy, cut, edit, paste, and now it's on its own layer. I do need to make a video talking about like some behind the scenes stuff on my channel too, and then I can have them as like a collaborator there, which is something we were talking about before. I actually made this like fake thumbnail a while back that I might actually use for a video, because I mostly just made it as a bit in reference to Annie Austin, if I can find it. I'm so good at file management at all times. I mean, I probably took a screenshot of it. Let me check my desktop here. Where are you? Well, it's on, okay, never mind. It's on my page. If you just go there and scroll down a bit. I can't find it right now, but feeling good about this. Let me get that texture added in that I was talking about. Where are you? You are in the texture folder. It is this one, right? That's the bitch. There we go. And let's throw you on top here. Oh, let me just shrink you down here because I think I have to reverse the gradient for it to work how I want it to. Just scale it up so that you fit. Nope, reversing the gradient just makes it look bad. Pretty sure that's the same one I have here, right? What other leather texture do I have that I might be getting this mixed up for? Oh, this is the one I was using. Okay, I have a bunch of these textures on standby, so sometimes I get them mixed up. Okay. Oh. And then set this to overlay and lower the opacity like that. Actually, let me just go through the texture layer and just go like this. Much bigger. And there we go. That looks pretty solid. So we got that background done. Well, not done, but good for where I need it to be. We have the cool dramatic shot here, which probably needs a bit more work, but progress is progress is progress. Let's do... Here, I'm gonna stretch real quick and grab some water, and then I will be right back for some... let's do some background character stuff. Let's turn some folks into background characters. So let me just throw out the BRB, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. That took a little bit longer than I expected. Got a phone call, so let's get back to it. Let's design some background characters. So let me pull up some of the ones that we already have already. This isn't really like high priority work, but it'll be good to have a couple on standby for when we start filling up more of the space. And something we're gonna do is I'm gonna look and see what I have in my folder of characters that were sent to me almost a year ago at this point, when I was asking for other people to send OCs that I could use. A couple are already in existing shots, but someone who sent one in is... I'm so bad with names. Let me look up this guy's name, and then I'm gonna put them on screen. I am so bad with these. Oh, button. Jim Shaw. I don't know why I was, like, blanking on their name so much. This character was made by this artist, whom I'm going to screenshot real quick and put their name on screen. This is the guy. And they sent me 2 different characters that I could use and sort of build off to make different characters. Or at the very least, I'm going to try to simplify them and translate them into like the style for this series. So, okay, got that. Person properly credited. Let's get started here. Honestly, like, this style on its own, I think I could just ask them to include this, and I feel like it would be pretty close. So I'm not even gonna mess with the head, or, well, I'll mess with the head a little bit here, but that little symbol on their neck, that's cool. I don't want to mess with that, and I don't even... Oh, she does have her eyes open for, like, a couple of these shots, but it mostly has them closed, but is mostly... But... I know how to speak. Let me just get started here. It's just a matter of simplifying some stuff, so... Nope. It goes like this, and then... You know, if we weren't this far along, I think I would probably want to work with Jim more on this, because I do really like their work. I haven't seen very much of them, but I guess they also haven't been, like, from what I could tell, I don't think they've been super active for a while. But I could also just not be noticing when they do, because despite my efforts to try to clear out my following list, I think I follow far too many people for my... Let's just put these 3 things here. And let's shrink this down. I don't think I'm going to include the hat. I like the hat, though. No, I should include the hat. I like the hat. There we go. And then... Oh, there actually is a symbol that I could replace that with. If I wanted to be more in line with like existing characters. Let's see here. Sharpen this up here. Actually, I should ask them about maybe having this artist design some stuff, because I feel like he has a good grasp of, well, not necessarily the style that we've developed so far, but just looking at this after not thinking about it for a bit, like, I vibe with their work a lot, and it's... Delete ruler, and let's fill this in. There we go, and let's just do like a... I'm not going to bother with a side view or anything, because this... I think their character sheet for this person is really solid on its own, so I don't even think I need to add that much once I get like the base of like how this would be translated into like the show's proper style. And let's bust out the main pencil that I use for these. And let's start making this... Let's start getting this gal up to code. One second, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Or actually this side. I don't know why, but she kind of reminds me of a character from Bleach. I forget her name, but she has shorter hair and like her eyes are open, and honestly it's nothing like this character. I'm just thinking about Bleach. I should reread Bleach. Bleach was good. Could y'all tell I did not get a lot of sleep last night? Actually, I feel like it'd be the opposite. I'd be a little bit more groggy, but... Let me do this real quick. I'm going to try to replace this symbol with one that you might recognize when I did the prop design, which is this shape. There we go. No, actually I can make that a little bit stronger. There we go. And then bring this up here. Bring it up a little. I like how like stretched out this character is. They have a very, I feel like, put the forehead like right here. The main thing I think I'm going to end up changing is just like how sharp the hair is, because it's kind of a smoother line, but I feel like with the style that we have, something a little bit more jagged I think fits, because that's what's ended up happening with a lot of the side characters I've designed on the fly. Let's do this real quick and just filled in that gap there. Okay, I like that head. It's a little bit different from theirs, but shouldn't be a perfect fit. Shouldn't. I can say words. It doesn't need to be a perfect fit, but I would like it to at least be recognizably similar. I don't actually know how we're going to be crediting, like, people in this space where it's like they just volunteered to have something included. I'll make sure to get all the names written down so that everyone who indirectly contributed are still involved or still given their dues. Then, like this, just kind of straight down like that, and let's just connect this with 2 lines like that. That's a big thing that I've ended up doing in terms of like connecting stuff. Is just like I'll leave some gaps, but I try not to let it. Yeah, that looks good. And then these like extra details, like these sort of like, I guess I would call them like a tassel, like little puffballs on the middle part of her outfit. I don't think I'm going to include. Is it she, her? I just want to make sure, because they're named Lilith, but I don't see. I guess I'll just kind of assume she, her. This sharp angle here, that's something I like. Fill that in. Fill this in, and I kind of like that she's too tall for her outfit here, because I believe with like a kimono, it's generally supposed to go like to the feet, or like go to like to the floor, and I don't imagine like feet are that visible. But with hers, there's like a pretty large amount of space where you could see like her like lower legs and ankles. Let's bring this part down here. I'm a little embarrassed that I couldn't remember their name. I feel like that's something that I need to get better at, is just like committing more things to memory. And let's get this part done, and then once this character's at a point where I feel good, then I think I'll stop, because I'm getting a bit tired. I need to remember to actually go to sleep this time. Oh wait, if I use the eraser, it doesn't affect the perspective. There we go. And I think that's the end of this video that I just had playing. So I'm going to consider that the end of my little timer. And let's just get this patched up here. I'm not going to worry about colors, though I should probably decide some. It's probably going to be like maybe like pale, dark hair, probably. I don't know why, but I feel like blue would be a good color for her. Kind of a mystery as to why. I mean, if anyone can deduce why, feel free to let me know, because I cannot tell right now. That's a joke. Let's hide these, reveal this, hide that. That's the one I'm looking for. And I don't think I... Okay, the tassels look cool. Hi, Moo. I'm late. Oh my gosh, no. I'm here. I'll pull up something for a little bit here. Actually, I think I might go live on my channel later. As you can see on the screen, it is at Highland Call. So if you see me live over there later today, I'll probably be doing some stuff then as well. Hello, Weapons Remorse. Hi, it's nice to see you. Welcome in. Let's get this flattened down. And let's quickly get these added here. And then I think I'll stop for today. Or I'll stop for today on this channel. And then if I'm feeling up for it, I'll go live on my own page after. Because I don't really know what else to do yet. But I'm sure there's something. There's some animation stuff that I kind of want to mess around with today. Unless I get pulled into like a Discord call or something, because that's been happening more lately. I also have some AMVs going on a different channel called Cowgirl August. I'm really happy with how those came out. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And hide this. Delete this ruler. Okay, I think this translated pretty well. Let me just do a couple more things here. Line across here. I've been giving more characters these little knot things. But maybe she doesn't need that. Like, the extra detail's probably a bit much. This can add some cool contrast, and it'll pop out. It'll add more clarity to motion and animation, even if she's not on screen for very long. And oh, right, this part's supposed to go over this way. I think for Friday's stream, I'm gonna aim for... Let's aim for 2 hours at the very least. Something with a bit more than I usually do. I feel like 2 hours is about my maximum, which is why I'm stopping a bit early most of the time, because I don't wanna overdo it. There we go. We got this character built out slightly more in line with the style that we have for the pilot. That feels pretty good. We got this background colored, which, if nothing else, I am super happy with how this came out. That I am, not to hype myself up too much, but boy, did I nail this. This one, also pretty happy with. Probably need some additional shadows, probably some textures, maybe some contrast to get things to pop out before the tonal shift in a little bit. This character looks pretty good, so I think I'm gonna stop right here. Thank y'all for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow, for real this time. Peace.